Hey everyone, let's have a chat about Canvas Eye Mousse. So, what these are a handy little prep tool like a primer that has a little bit of pigment in them to give you some assistance, right? So they're a vitamin infused shadow primer that is going to be applied to your mobile lid for a couple of reasons. The first one being to eliminate crease. So I'm sure that you've all had an experience where you apply an eyeshadow and it naturally starts to crease, or there's no color payoff because of, I guess, your underlying pigment that's sitting on your mobile lid, whether it's a vein or just that sort of darker circle or dense color because of blood coming through on your mobile lid through to the eyeshadow or pigment that you're going to use, especially if it's a lighter shade that you're using. So what these are designed to do is to act as though they are a concealer. So they've got a really light apricot base to them to act like a color corrective tool to give yourself a neutral like a neutral surface, so that when you apply an eyeshadow over the top of it, one, it's going to intensify the eyeshadow color because you've got a neutral base underneath, and two, it gives you a softer matte surface. So when you apply the eyeshadow over top of it, it gives you a really like a smooth base, so that when you're blending, it's much easier with like a fluffy blending brush, and that the pigment goes on without fallout. So that matte base also acts like a grip, so that when you apply the eyeshadow on, it grips the product so you don't get fallout sort of onto the rest of your face and ruin your makeup. So these come in two different shades. One is Cameo, which is a lighter color for lighter skin types. The other is Bisque, which goes from medium to darker skin types. I would recommend these for every client, for every time you're doing your makeup, because I don't think there's anything worse than when you spend all that time, getting your eyeshadow right, and that's probably the area that people spend the most amount of time, and you blink a couple of times or you do something and the color's just washed off. Or if you're that type of person that naturally perspires or naturally develops a little bit of oil on your mobile lid, this will control that. So all you would need to do is cleanse or use an alcohol wipe or a makeup remover first, and make sure that area is really clean. Come in with a concealer brush or even your finger and just do a light application of the Cameo Canvas Eye Mousse first, or Bisque. Let that dry, and that only takes about 10 seconds, and then you can come back in and do all of the color work, or if it's a neutral tone of eyeshadow or whatever you need to do on your mobile lid. And you have that insurance then, that safety net, that whatever you apply onto your lid is going to be perfectly blended, no fallout, and it's going to stay there without crease. It won't shift because of this bad boy, which acts as a primer and a little insurance policy. So, Canvas Eye Mousse, everyone, get it.